All right, Shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all the glory and honor to Yahweh, the Bahashem Yahweh Shai, the Bahashem Rakah Korash. Double honors unto my apostles and others, a great millstone. Peace and safety to all the sincere Akim that's out here pushing this word in truth and in all sincerity. Shalom. And shalom to the sincere sisters that are tuning in as well. All right, and, back again with a lesson. Lord willing, is edifying. And, again, this is channel. PF, Sun, YouTube. I'm gonna screenshot a picture of it this time because I watched this lady's videos a lot. As of recent, you have your spells where certain people, you may be on an Alex Jones kick, you may be on a whoever, different. It's different individuals out here. And they're pushing different, what they see. So I used to watch a lot of Richie from Boston. So again, I just doing a response to a video that she just did. And as you can see on the title, it's called "It Can Happen Anywhere. Chick-fil-A Isn't Even Safe." And, it's true. It used to be a point years ago, not as recent, but Salaki, I'm looking at something from the group text. Excuse me. It used to be years ago where Chick-fil-A, as she said, was like, Chick-fil-A was almost on an island by itself. Like, although there's a drive-through window there, it didn't feel like a McDonald's or a Wendy's, Burger King, Popeyes, and so on and so forth, KFC. It just had a different feeling to it, sort of like Starbucks. Although at the end of the day, it's still a fast production food company, however you want to look at it, But the food was always A1. The service was always A1. The speed, the safety, and so on and so forth, But as she was going on in this video, speaking about the fact that this woman was loading into her car in a Chick-fil-A somewhere, and a man tried to hijack her in the parking lot. And if you're paying attention to the world and what's really happening, let's get a few scriptures. Because see, you know what? It's just every time I watch this lady's videos, it puts me in this spirit, because she's touching on things in regard to how it affects her as not only as a person, but from the elements of being a woman, being a mother, dealing with children, and so on and so forth. Let's go to Ephesians 5, which this is just, again, this is a perfect scripture. It says, Ephesians 5:15, it says, "Seeing then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil." Okay? The days are evil, man. And, again, by the time this video gets put up, the videos that I should have already put up will be several days aged, in a sense. I've been under the weather. Haven't been able to really, I've been recording, but I haven't, been able to sit and upload them or edit them and so on and so forth. So Lord willing, I'm going to try to do that today. But while the Spirit on me, I still make these lessons, But, all right. Continuing on, I had to pause and listen to a voice message. I did a video a few days ago, as everybody would know by now, that the artist PNB Rock, was life ended how you gotta word it, in California, Los Angeles, California. And, I was speaking on the fact that in the spirit, it's a thing to look at, and it's got a lot of Jake men especially looking at it, because it's like, damn, you in broad daylight in the middle of a crowded room with your woman and your child, a nigga will bring you that type of energy, so because, and I try to, in my own household, and I talk, speak on the fact that the cultures of these different worlds no longer exist. The culture of criminals is no longer there. The culture of civilians, is no longer there. The culture of it's all gone. The fashion of this world has really passed away, But why that is because there's no integrity on any level out here. And I'm not saying that there's integrity to being a criminal, but even in the crime world, there was literally rules. All right. One of my favorite shows, The Wire. If you're a fan of that show, you watch that show, you know exactly the scene I'm talking about. There was a scene, my allergies have been whooping my ass for the last week or so, really bad. But trying to make the point of in The Wire, there's a scene where Omar was with his grandmother on a Sunday, going to church with her, and they wanted Omar dead, Stringer Bell and that side. So these young niggas saw her, and they started shooting at him and his grandmother, and it wasn't the fact that, see, what really made it look bad, and he was, and even Omar that was shot at was pissed off about, was the fact that he was like, this is a rule, Basically, they had a rule during that time of there was no killings on Sundays, Like, it's crazy as that may sound, there was a culture to everything. But that time don't exist no more. So you have to be, as the scriptures say, circumspect. Redeem, read this again, Ephesians 15:5-15. Seeing then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools. See, fools, that's why I said it watching this woman's videos. She speaks on different. She speaks on it from an element of as a woman sees this world. I don't see the world the same way that a woman sees the world, and a woman doesn't see the world the way that I see. So in certain cases, certain testimonies and places, you're gonna give your ear, and like she's saying, you got to be mindful, all of us, man. See, and she made a great point, and the fact that we're going into this holiday cold season, man. All right, and I gotta, I'm just keeping it 100 for my page, excuse me. But talking to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans specifically, and you Israelites that scattered abroad, that look like the other nations. So whoever the spirit hits, but as a so-called Negro man, you know what time it is, man. You get to this cold season, all right? Once that October hit, nigga, it's robbing season. And if you want to be honest, robbing season really ain't stopped. See, that's another thing too. See, you got to understand, this is what I'm talking about. The culture is no longer there. As terrible as that says, man, I never thought I'd pull a precept like this for this reason, but here we are. I quoted it and I almost quoted it again. Let me just get it. What is that? 1 Corinthians 7:31. Yep. 1 Corinthians 7:31, and it says, and they that use this world, not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. All right, the fashion is passing away. See, all of these different things. Man, I'm trying to do this lesson, but there's so much going on. Salakia. these cultures, these fashions, these ways of life, the Lord has no place. It's all wicked. Even what you may consider good is still wicked in the eyes of the Lord, because it's not in the spirit. All right. Now, my point of saying that the fashion of this world passeth away, again, is because there used to be like a time for things. Like, see, we know, especially down here in the South, and I'm pretty sure everywhere, but really down here in Atlanta, car break-ins, right? Car break-ins, robberies, purse snatching, all that them type crimes. That shit really get crazy. It used to be, I say, during the fall, winter, because why? Niggas is trying to get birthday, they trying to get Christmas gifts, they trying to, all that shit, you know what I'm saying? But what happened years ago, and I would say for my own eyes, since the pandemic, 2019, going into 2020, for real, it never stopped. It never stopped after that. So what we are now, where it used to be, robbing season. Nigga, every season is straight robbing season right now. Everywhere is open season. All right? So again, I'm not going to make this too long, just building off of the fact of being circumspect and understanding that that these people out here are wolves. The wolves is out. And like I said, it's so crazy how even as we get closer and closer to the end, the Spirit of the Lord is showing, really. That's why it's like, it ain't about color. I just got to say that. It ain't about color. Although the color is important, but through the Spirit, Esau is bringing this thunder down on everybody in the spirit of poverty. All right? The angel of the Lord, and the Lord is going to distinguish who's who and this, that, and the third. But as we getting down to the nitty gritty, you can see this thing. It's getting more of how do you. The Spirit has to be able to compel you. The Spirit has to lead you. The Spirit has to show you who's an Israelite and who's a heathen. You can't just jump the gun on things, because we're in a time where it's like the ants' heels are fighting, and it's just ants everywhere. You can't be like, well, that's that ant that lives here. No, it's just the Lord's gonna have to do the separation, But again, you gotta be circumspect. You gotta look around, know your surroundings. Put your family on game. Put your woman on game. Discuss protocols. This is the times that we're in, and we gotta literally be mindful of all things. We have to be circumspect. If you got little children, you should discuss with your woman how, and matter of fact, Apostle Ricard said this a few months back when he was here, and he spoke about the fact, he's like, man, whenever I go to my car, no matter where I park, he said he walk around it. He checked the tires, because he said, you never know, man. And that's the Spirit, and I'm just going to quote him there. Like, that's one aspect of, you got to be circumspect to that T. Make sure you got an eye on your house. Hey, man, if you can, invest in a ring light. Hey, you don't even got to pay for the subscription. You could just watch it live. I've done that. But I need to record something, screen record my phone. If you can't get the subscription, I'm not saying not to get the subscription, but, you could do that. But nevertheless, you got to be circumspect for your environment and where you live and how you going into what it takes for you and yours to survive. Okay? So that's what this lesson is all about. There ain't no such thing as a safe zone no more. There is no such thing as a safe grocery store. There is no such thing as a safe mall. There is no such thing as a safe city, safe town. It's danger everywhere. Some are worse than others, and some are different than others. So we have to be mindful of all things to the best of your ability and pray. Pray that the Lord protect you and have his angels, Psalms 34:7, the angels of the Lord encampeth around he who fear the name of the Lord. So if you want to make sure that you're always putting this fear, what you're feeling out here towards the Lord, like, please don't judge me for my wickedness. Forgive me. All right. So with that, I want to say all praise Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. I pray this lesson was edifying. Shalom.